right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Headkrack After Hours. There's a dude who's out here putting in work. He representing the Carolinas to the fullest, and he got a lot of work to deliver to the people. He trying to elevate y'all, no pun intended. One time for the homie Young S.H.O. What's up, my G?
Yo. What's up, Chief? How we going on with you?
Yo, so we tapped in for the first time. Man, it was probably like 5 months ago, maybe a little more, a little less.
June.
After that encounter, I started seeing your name pop up a lot more in different scenarios and just different, circles and whatnot. So there's definitely work being done. Tell us the Young S.H.O story. Where do you come from, and why should people be tapping into what you're doing?
Oh man, I come from a small place, man. Johnston, South Carolina. Very small, like minuscule. It's in the CSR area. It's like literally on the Georgia line, South Carolina Georgia line. And just it's not a lot going on there. You dig what I'm saying? There's not a lot going on there. There's a lot of things needed there, but it's not a lot going on there. Not a lot of people make it out from there. So that's kind of a mission for me to kind of get out of there so I can kind of bring something back to help other people escape from there. Like I said, because there's nothing there. And I'm trying to build things there too to make it better for like the senior citizens and things like that. Because people, literally you have a heart attack. Even if it ain't severe, it could be fatal because everything is so far.
Right.
Hospital is like an hour away. The nearest ambulance might take 45 minutes to get there. So taking a chance.
Yeah, it was tricky. Like very few times do I go to a city and my phone don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like even the cell phone towers was very few and far between because I was trying to get this message off. And everywhere I was, nothing was going out. And I'm like, okay, this is a very small town with limited cell phone towers, but one thing I can say about the people of your city, everybody was cool. Everybody welcomed me like I was their own. So, point of reference for everybody who's just joining us. Me and Young S.H.O did a record. I was so impressed by what I heard. I was like, you know what? Let's tap in. Let's do something together. Young S.H.O invited me to the studio. We made a record called Elevate. He's like, yo, I want to do the video. I want to do it in my hometown. Let's do it crazy. So I went out there, got a chance to take a long little scenic drive. I don't get to do those that much. And like everybody on the block was cool and they all had love for you. It was so uniform, man. Is that a situation where everybody was just like putting the nice dinner supplies out because there was a guest here? Or is the love always there like that? Because like a lot of times you hear people say they don't get love in their home city.
Well, my city is different. And I will say that. And I'll say I'm fortunate because, like I said, we don't have a lot going on. So anything of that caliber that happens in that city is going to maximize. And the thing about South Carolina, a lot is not going on in South Carolina. So when anything comes to South Carolina, it's going to maximize. So given the thing of being an artist, we're trying to reach that pinnacle of getting a label to recognize you in that manner is big for artists in South Carolina because once one person knows, the whole state knows. So that support system that they're looking for artists to have, it clicks in instantly because we don't got a lot of that. We got Black Zach, but he's not home often. You know what I mean? Me, everything that I've done at a higher level, I've taken it home. From WEE LONGWAY, from you, Diamond from Crime Mob. Only one I didn't get to do was Sauce Walker. That's because we met in New York to do the song.
Got you.
Other than that, everything was home. Everything.
It was a cool thing to be a part of, man. I felt like I was in a community. Everybody was real neighborly. And you don't get a chance to witness that a lot, especially because the way I be moving around, I don't get a chance to like just really just go and like just touch the hood like that, especially like COVID, everybody's kind of like lean back. A lot of people not wearing masks out there, but that's another story for another day. But the love, I felt it.
Yeah, I mean that's Johnston. Like we love each other. We have our ups and downs like any other place. We bump heads, we rumble in the dirt, but at the end of it all, it's real family oriented, and that's what we stand on. You know what I mean? We take pride in that, and nobody forgets those days. So that's right now until something else happened. That's been a discussion every day. Yeah, S.H.O came home and he brought Headkrack. Man, Headkrack was in the hood. He walked down Johnston Street. Then he went to the baseball field. So it's like that's exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kid come out. So that was a plus. On top of that, shout out to Kid for that. So that's memorable for them because the last celebrity outside of Longway, you and Kid was 50 Cent. My aunt stays right
Wow.
next door to his grandparents.
She was telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he pop up, on occasion and go see his people.
Once every 7 years, maybe.
Okay. Very notable though. So like if we could continue to make more of those Young S.H.O moments in Johnston, they're gonna make a statue for you and possibly throw up a third cell phone tower.
Like this, the mayor of the town is one of Outkast's engineers. He retired from being one of the engineers.
That's dope.
Yes. Yeah. Now he's the mayor.
That
So
is dope
all
as
that
hell.
stuff is big because he did that, which seemed like a little bit, it was a lot for the town. So everybody got behind him. Now he's been a mayor 2 times consecutively. And he's been doing it. He run Killer Mike out there,
Okay. Now that's a vibe. Yo, so when y'all do see the video for Elevate, there's a point where I do a karate kick, completely bust my pants wide open. Had to run over the city trend. So like, if you really want to like watch the video for little Easter eggs and stuff like that, you're gonna notice my pants switch up between one take and another take. It was like pants like maximum capacity. A lot of times, when an artist is like getting their projects off the ground, there may be a lot of false starts, things that you think are about to happen, and sometimes things pivot and go a different way. What's some things that you've dealt with, and how have you been able to persevere and keep the ball rolling after a detour?
When I had a situation with the label, I was excited. I thought it was something serious. Then it's a learning lesson. Come to find out they wasn't who they said they was, and I end up losing some money. So I tell artists, man, do your due diligence and ask questions, as much questions as you can. Me, I think I kind of got blinded by excitement because it was like I worked hard to finally get to that point, and it felt good. It's like, finally, somebody saw me. So I didn't question it because I was just so excited. And it's a learning lesson, but I was able to keep pushing because I really didn't lose much. I lost some money, but I didn't lose my pride. I didn't lose my artistry. Nothing was signed and to the point to where I sold my soul and lost to something that wasn't real. So I was fortunate in that aspect of it all. But I tell artists, man, I know it's hard to get resources in this industry. And one thing I've learned, this industry is all about resources. It been with from talent. It stopped being talent a long time ago. It's all resources. It's all who you know. Because it's nothing to make a person go viral anymore. It's not even hard. It's hard when you don't have that type of support, but all it takes is one person to stamp you. We've seen it. We've seen it with the Fujianos. We've seen it with the Pooh Shiesties and all the other new artists that's out. They didn't, come out blazing with the best marketing campaign. It was just Gucci Man said, check them out. We're there. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's how it is now. It's really no hard work in that area. You're going to spend a lot of money because all of the people feel like they got it figured out. One thing I learned, you'll never have it figured out when it comes to marketing.
It changes every it seems like every 6 months. The thing that you need to do to get popping is not what it was 6 months ago, not even 4 months ago. It constantly evolves and becomes a different thing
because people wear it out. So like whatever Headkrack did to become Headkrack, we can't use that formula because somebody else saw Headkrack do it and they wore it out. You know what I'm saying? They wore it out. So next they try to take the Headkrack approach, but that ain't working. you know what I'm saying? But
maybe at very best, you can do it the old way so long that it becomes the way to do it again, and you might get lucky. And like what worked in 1989 is all of a sudden back in effect again. But not always guaranteed.
No, not at all. That Master P one was like the number one of the world. Like, the Master P hustle. You got to do the Master P. Sell them out the trunk. It's not working. It's hard to find a CD player nowadays.
That became and that's the hardest part about this business of what we do. Because let's say you go to a music festival like a South by Southwest or something like that. You want to make an impact. You want to put something in people's hands. You can give them a flyer, and your feelings are gonna be hurt if you see it on the floor a couple minutes, because it just is what it is. Cats don't be having cargo pants. You can only carry so much. You don't want to see like you just got a prison, hand someone a CD, because CD players is hard to find. So everyone's looking for that new thing to make it stick. Like not everybody's phone respects a QR code, and you give somebody a lighter, maybe they smoke, maybe they don't. Their homie's gonna steal their lighter, depending on who you're running with. No one knows. We're still trying to figure this out in real time, how to make those lasting impressions. And I always feel like it goes back to, if your show is so incredible
Mhm.
and you're in a position where you're performing, your shit got to be leaps and bounds above everybody else's because everybody has a dope song. Everybody shit sounds kind of together. It's the things you do on that stage that I feel like leave lasting impacts. There are people who never put out albums, but I remember how dope they were because their show. There used to be a group called One Life to Live. They were signed to,
Oh yeah.
there was a rap group signed to LaFace. It was two dudes and a girl named Baby Blue, a DJ Red Handed, and I can't remember the other guy's name. These niggas was incredible. I don't know what happened, why the album never come out, but they opened up for Foxy Brown and they was way better than Foxy Brown. And that show left such a lasting impression that I like, years later found a way to get the bootleg of the album from like somebody who worked at the label just so I could have it because it made that big of an impression. And I feel like, your music videos, your stage show, those are the things that people are always going to remember you by because the physical things, we're just moving into a non-physical space, it seems.
And I believe in that. I believe that impressions is everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then I think as an artist, it does get hard because you're pondering every day, like, what can I do to be different? What can I do that stand out? And some stuff is like, I could do this, but it's like, that could be dangerous though. It could go, we can't take the boat gang approach and go snatching chains and dinners out of people's hands. It might not, might not pan out well. Or
you realize people are watching your videos for the wrong reasons. Every bunk game video, I was like, yo, this is gonna be the one where they kill him.
Yes, so it's like, oh God. And it's like, but it worked for him though, because as soon as he jumped on Instagram, 3 million followers instantly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's either you're gonna do something outrageously crazy or do something that's just outrageously dope. They're gonna go viral for TikTok or Reels now, or somebody who got the juice is gonna say, hey, this is my buddy right here. Check him out. It's either gonna be one of the three. You're not gonna get, and I hate to break it real, but I've been doing this for a long time, man. I would say I'm relentless in this. I don't, even the people that's made it, I don't feel like nobody works harder than me. I don't rest like I need to. I need to get your rest. Anybody that's watching, get rest. Please sleep. But I'm up 24/7, 365, thinking, trying to figure out a way. It's like, I'm not tripping over the time because I feel like whenever I do get there, I'm appreciate it. And I'm not mad about the times that I didn't because it's like, well, maybe it was time God wanted me to learn something. Okay, so I would use that as I learned something. Okay, so I'm gonna keep pounding. So once I'm there, I have these times to look back at and say, okay, I learned these things. This is how I not slip up once I'm here. So I just feel like, man, you just gotta keep going, and one day your number will get called.
Indeed. Hard work pays, man. One of the simplest quotes that still resonates no matter what year it is. But you have a few things going for you, Young S.H.O. You're dope as fuck. You're creative. You got that work ethic, and you have an amazing story. Like, in between takes, I spent quite a bit of time talking to your mom, and she was telling me stories about how, like, when you were young, you got diagnosed with cancer, and they was giving you not necessarily the best chances of beating it, but you beat the odds. And here you are today, operating at a high level and rocking out. To people who maybe be out there watching this and maybe have been given a death sentence, or maybe not even the best cards dealt at life. What do you say to these people to motivate them to say later for what they say? And I'm going to live my life at the max, and I'm going to do everything I set out to do.
No matter how scary things are, if you're able to roll over and you're still breathing, that's the reason right there in itself. I'm not dead yet. So until that thing closes or that fire is set and I'm turned to ashes, we're gonna keep going. Like it ain't nothing wrong with me. That was a tough battle. I was scared. I think about it a lot. And that's why I'm humble for where I am now, even though I'm not where I want to be, because I feel like I could have been somewhere else.
Facts.
And I have something to be appreciative of once things go where I want them to go. And yeah, it's kind of touchy subject for me.
I'm sorry, man. It's just,
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
you're a real dude, man. And I want people to know that, with you, it's just more than music, man. You're a survivor. And there's a reason why these doors keep opening and you keep getting these opportunities, man. God has something so huge planned for you, Young S.H.O.
I
You know
can't
what I
wait to
mean?
see
And even the olive, I ain't gonna say olive branch because we never had beef, but like there was something about you when I got off the live with you. I was like, you know what? I fuck with this guy. You know what I'm
it.
saying? There's a lot of people I do great interviews with, but
Mhm.
I don't be as interested enough with everybody to be like, hey, I want to be more involved with this person has going on. And that's the energy you give off. So the more people get to see and meet you, the more people gonna probably feel the same way. And that's an anointing that you have. You may not realize it is that, but there's a reason why, like, you can easily get into these places and you even got the ill entourage too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why these people follow you like the Pied Piper, because you have an anointing on yourself.
And that, you know what? Some days I ain't gonna lie, I get worried about that, and I'm worried about it because it's like they keep me believing in me. And
Okay.
when I say that, it's because like I be like, dang man, I ain't got there yet, and they still here. They're still here, and it's not that they. I mean, they know other people that's doing it right now. Like they got the big deal, they got the thing going on, the tours, but they right here with me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still just trying to put. And they tell me all the time, it's like, yeah, bro, it's not there yet, but you know what? You dope. And
Bottom
once
line.
they finally just say, hey, let's give them a shot, it's gonna be like the guy Earl that works with us with Trap Religion. He had the opportunity to manage Beyonce back in the day, and he turned her down.
Okay.
He regrets it every day to this day.
I can imagine.
And he says to me, he says, "Show everybody that walk past you and don't invest into you or even try, they're gonna regret it." And he said, "I would never make that mistake twice." He said, "I would never make that mistake twice. I did it once with Beyonce. It's been 30 plus years, and you came around." And I'm like, "But I'm not Beyonce." Like I'm saying, but he's like, "No, you're different. And your music is dope and you're sincere about it." He said, "I
Mm-hmm.
watched you record your whole album without lifting a pen." So I don't know. I just just keep pushing that, and I'm thankful for people like you and even your manager for connecting the dots to get there. Because I always listen to you in the morning every day. That was a
Appreciate
ritual.
that, bro.
Headkrack and Brad about to get on here freestyle. I'm about to jig, go get my Dunkin' Donuts. I'm about to laugh it up. Then we got Jerry with the tea, and you know what I'm saying. So this is every day ritual for me. So it was like, dang, Headkrack. Then it was like, oh, we got the interview with Headkrack. I'm like, what? I'm tripping like this is big for me. It was big. So I'm trying not to be all, starstruck and then, but huge fan, like real fan. Like, look, I'm talking about from back when you had the dreads doing the video, running and all that from, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that,
That
man.
fan, like I'm back then with the dread, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I watched your transition and change amongst your career. So things like that motivate me as well to watch people that I look up to and aspire to be one day. Those things help me out. So even just the conversation, even if it's not but 2 minutes, I'm so appreciative because it's like, man, it's my idol. He don't even know it. That was the best 2 minutes of my life. So I'm gonna have a good day today.
Oh man, you're gonna make me
Get
tear up,
what I'm
man. I
saying? For
mean,
real, for
but
real.
I think this is what we do this for, to make an impact and give people hope. And I think with what you do, you can give a lot of people hope. Now I know you're working on a project that you get ready to drop in February. I don't want to butcher the name, but Apotheosis, is that how we pronouncing it?
Is that correct?
All right. What does it mean?
From becoming from a man to a god
Mm.
in simple form.
And the dope thing is, like, when you type that, Young S.H.O is mostly going to show up when you drop this album, because no one has thought that far in advance to name anything that something high level. You know what I'm saying? Like, cats be like born to hustle.
Only person ever think that things like that will be busted.
Yeah, very. What'd you think of the Busta album?
Dope. I mean, it's Buster.
Did it discourage you for at least a day or two from recording? Yo, my process was fucked up for a week. I'm like, yo, what is my next song supposed to sound like? Because you know, and I even think when you look at the Grammy nominations for the best rap album this year, right? Busta wasn't nominated against the deadline. I'm sure he's nominated next year. When you look at everybody who's nominated, all these guys like 30 plus, because they figured it out. Like these young guys can make these bops and these jams that rock for right now, but it takes people who have lived through something to have something to say that can, like, you know, deliver a full course meal. You can eat a couple appetizers, you know, them shrimps dipped in that little sauce gonna taste okay, but when you want a plate, you
There
gotta
you go.
holler at the people that been here for a minute.
I told my executives, that track religion, I said, they got this thing where it's like the youth make the industry go. I said, you know they got parents, right? That's
Right.
who paying for that. It ain't them kids. They're tuned in. But that crowd y'all keep walking away from, that's where the money coming from. They call the mom and dad, the 30, 40-year-olds that you're neglecting. They still want to party.
They do.
They still want to have fun. They are the ones that's making these albums go gold and diamond. Them kids ain't buying no albums. They buying that single.
What
if they buy that?
That aspect is tricky because we're in a streaming business now. There are people who, under the old guard, would have never went gold or platinum. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple plaques in my room right now from artists that, if this was 10 years ago, you would not have that plaque. But because it's so easy to run the machine, that you can get these results, barely have to prove it. The plaque comes in the mail. But will we care in 10 years about these people and these songs? Not so much, because it's disposable. The shelf life is so short. So as you say about I think the toughest thing that I think people that's in that 30 up crew is having a hard time doing is reaching their core fans from back in the day, because not everybody's on IG like that. Not everybody's on social media like that. And that's the main way that people connect with their fans. So if, you know, if you're a Busta Rhymes fan from 1990 or mid 30s, possibly early 40s, maybe, you know, late 20s, depending if you like started listening to Busta Rhymes after Look at Me Now from Chris Brown, right? So how do you reach the people that listen to Leaders of the New School, knew about Case of the PTA? Sometimes it's hard. It goes right over their head. Like, I'm sure there's somebody I could talk to right now that doesn't know Busta dropped. Public Enemy dropped a dope-ass album about 2 months ago, and I bet you, like, diehard Public Enemy fans don't even know. I'm still telling people this week that Goody Mob have a new album out, and they're like, really? When did it come out? Like 2 weeks ago. That weird disconnect to where, like, you have no video show that's ushering the stuff in, or you have radio stations with very limited playlists. It really, like, screws up the rap game, and it just makes it very narrow. But that's a longer conversation for another day. This is about you. But the way you chop it and putting the work out, man, people gonna pull up on it. So we're looking at a February release.
February 14th.
All right, cool. What's the first couple singles we getting off there to get our appetites and our minds right for it?
Oh, so we got the infamous song that I did with the an idol of mine. So we got the song with Brother Headkrack here, Elevate, which is actually going to be the single that gets pushed off the album.
That's a vibe. Thank you, bro.
The first one, actually, that's going to get pushed. So for those who are fans of me and Headkrack, we need 1 million views, guys. We need
Absolutely.
to hit my first million. I need my first million. I don't care if nothing else comes from it. I just want to hit that further. That's gonna be a celebration for me and my team.
We gonna cook some more. Don't you even worry about it. I was actually going through some beats 2 nights ago. I got something that's right up your alley though, too.
Oh yeah, we got to put this EP out. I got a name for that one too. Oh,
let's cook.
Oh, got a crazy name for that one. And I got a videographer, cinematographer guy there on go. They're so ready. And they already blessed us free of charge. We're not paying for anything. We just got to do it.
Okay.
Man, it's free of charge. You just got to do it. Digital 6 Media, shout out to them guys. But yeah, Elevate is the single that's going to get pushed off the album.
All right.
And then I had a couple other songs on there that's pretty dope. I got a song that I got to finish up now with I'm going for a round 2 with Sauce Walka. And an artist of this camp, Sauce Brazy, that I'm working on now. I'm putting that ton to get that together, finalizing. I don't think the one that I want to happen is gonna make it to this album, but soon. But it's coming out. I'm working on something that again, Headkrack connected me to.
Hey man, gotta be a conduit, man. Help the
with,
people out, man. I got you.
with another idol, MC Lightson, kind of just waiting on them dots to connect, and you know. But other than that, man, it's just a bunch of craziness, differentness, a lot of wordplay, a lot of flow flipping. I call it flow flipping because I have this thing where I might put like 7 different styles in one verse. Um, for that song, it's just something I've always done. My cadences are very different, I feel like. So you're gonna hear a lot of that. You might get a little bit of the idols in there. You might get a little mixture of twist and some bone, and you might get a little J. Cole on the side with a sauce, with a splash of Big Crit.
It's like
You know what I
musical
mean?
gumbo.
Yeah, gotta mix it up. A little bit of Tupac. You might catch some Biggie in the back end. But yeah, it's definitely mind blowing, I would say, for people that are actually into music, but it also has that newness to it, to where you also can dance. You also
That's
can,
fun.
turn up and have fun and get lit.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
definitely
can't
can't
wait
wait.
for the people to hear it in its full form. Be sure you follow my brother Young S.H.O on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get the music from. Also Instagram. No pressure, Young S.H.O. On the way out, if you could give us something a little light, little 12 bars, 16 bars or something,
Ah,
something for the people. You got something ready?
always, man.
I knew I was talking to the right guy. You're the right guy for the job. Come with it.
Beast mode. Cool with the flow. Hella flame kicking, never lame. I ain't tripping, got the game on the lock. Quick rain with the drop, make a Billy Rock. Keep the 40 cock. I was popping up a Yancey Road. J-Time, nigga. And the trade boy when the play round, nigga. T Brooks on the hook, make him lay down, nigga. I'm a G. Okay, don't play around with it. That's real.
That's my man right there. He go by the name of Young S.H.O. Be on the lookout for that new single Elevate. The videos of Vibe. The project coming in February. And yo, man, one time for Johnston, Carolina, South Carolina to be specific, man. A lot of love, a lot of energy. Continue to raise up, and big up your legends in the city. And yo, man, we're gonna keep supporting you over here on this side, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate y'all for having me again,
Peace and
man.
love, yo.
Likewise.
All right.